We live in a world that's absolutely obsessed with being seen, right? But what if the greatest strength isn't found in the spotlight, but in the shadows? Today, we're diving into this really powerful, counterintuitive idea of privacy, and how it might just be the source of your most incredible quiet power.
So, let's start with a question that's always bugged me. We're all taught that to succeed, you've got to be known, you've got to be followed, you've got to be liked. So, why do so many of the most creative, most brilliant minds today and all through history go out of their way to avoid the spotlight? What do they know that the rest of us don't? Well, that's what we're going to figure out.
All right, first up, let's talk about what I call the online paradox. This is all about that constant nagging pressure to perform and the huge tension it creates between who we are online and who we are when we're alone.
This slide just lays it out so perfectly, doesn't it? On one side, you have the endless demand to share every moment. You're basically living for an audience, always looking for that next hit of validation, and terrified of missing out. But on the other side, there's this deeper, more human need for peace. The space to cultivate an inner life, to actually focus, and to feel the freedom of just being present without an audience. And that constant tug-of-war, it is exhausting.
So how do you solve a problem like that? How do you break free from this paradox? Well, the answer lies in our big idea for today, unlocking what we're calling quiet power. And look, this isn't about running away from the world. It's about making a strategic choice to engage with it, but on your own terms. So what is quiet power exactly? Let's be super clear. This is not about being shy or being afraid of people. No way. It's a conscious, strategic choice to build a kind of fortress around your most valuable resources, your ability to focus, your mental peace, and that little bit of personal mystery that, makes you you. It's basically a shield against the endless noise of public life. And this quote just nails it. Privacy is a form of quiet power that protects a person's peace and mystery. It completely flips the script, doesn't it? Suddenly, privacy isn't about having something to hide. It's about having something incredibly important that you need to protect.
Okay, but what's going on in our heads that makes this work so well? Let's get into the psychology of privacy for a minute and talk about the two main pillars that give this quiet power its incredible strength.
Pillar number one is something psychologists call intrinsic motivation. This is the real engine of creativity and passion. It's that fire inside you that makes you want to learn guitar or solve a hard problem or build something cool just for the love of doing it. It has nothing to do with likes or praise or a paycheck. It's just pure, raw curiosity and purpose.
And this chart just shows the two paths so clearly. When you're running on intrinsic motivation, you're guided by your internal compass. Your focus is on the journey, on the process itself. But when you get hooked on extrinsic motivation, on likes and praise, you become a social weather vane, just twisting and turning to catch whatever way the wind of public opinion is blowing. Your focus isn't on the work anymore. It's on the reaction to the work.
Okay, pillar number 2, self-concept clarity. I know it sounds a little academic, but all it really means is knowing who you are, deep down, with confidence. It means your beliefs about yourself are solid and consistent. They don't just change based on who you're hanging out with or what's trending online. It's about having a stable inner foundation.
And the difference this makes is, well, it's night and day. On one side, with high clarity, you have a strong internal sense of self. Your values are your values. You don't need a constant stream of external feedback to feel like you're okay. But on the other side, you have an identity that's constantly being shaped and molded by others. Your values shift with the trends because you depend on that external feedback. And this is exactly where privacy becomes your secret weapon. It gives you the quiet space you need to build that stronger internal identity.
Okay, so we get the what and the why. Now let's get to the important part. How do you actually start to use this in your own life? Let's talk about how to turn privacy into your own personal superpower.
So what's the actual payoff here? Well, the benefits are huge. You get that deeper focus we talked about because your motivation is coming from within. You build a stronger sense of self because your identity isn't being crowdsourced every day. And all of that leads to more mental clarity, a feeling of real authenticity, and maybe the most precious thing of all, a protected, unshakable sense of inner peace.
If you take away just one single thing from our conversation today, please let it be this. Choosing privacy is not an act of fear, it is an act of profound strength. You are not hiding from the world, you are building a sanctuary to protect the things that actually matter. Your focus, your peace, and your real, authentic self.
So, I'm going to leave you with a question to think about. In a world that just keeps getting louder, where everyone is broadcasting every thought and everything is visible, What is your quiet power? What are you protecting? And how is it making you stronger? Thanks for joining us.